All right, there you go. Yeah, I didn't know you were on Riverside, man. I thought we was going straight into IG Live. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's raining out here, man. I'm heading back down to Charlotte from Philly. I just set up events. So I had an event, what's that, Saturday at Night Sound in North Philly. And then yesterday I was running around just doing meetings. And now I'm heading on back to Charlotte. So it's raining crazy. So I had to go ahead and pull off at a hotel spot so we can go ahead and do our sports talk. Yeah, okay. Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. Got the Phillies and the Sixers. Yeah, I had the Eagle stuff on. What's that? Friday, I had the Eagle stuff on. Yeah, yeah, that's it right there. Control. Well, that came out. I had a partner of mine that used to, you know, booked me at the college events for speaking events. And, the colleges haven't been booking people in a while since 2009. They got into the reality shows and the budget started pulling back. And so I stopped writing books for a period where I was trying to get involved in filmmaking. And so I was helping other people to put their books together. And my partner was calling me up to help him with people that wanted to put books out. And then he asked me, he said, Omar, do you have any book ideas that you want to write? And at the time, I didn't. I just wanted to do movies, man. It's like because of the fly girl thing you're talking about, it's like people are reading only what they want to read, even though I've written 30 books. So I'm like, yo, man, the books they're not getting the audience the way I want it. And then the men, you say fly girl, men don't know me. So when they finally meet me, they're like, okay, a regular dude. They think I'm a girl or something like, because I'm in the girls. I wanted to date girls. So we wrote a book about the kind of girls we wanted. But I got a lot of masculine books that dudes don't read, girls don't read. So I've been wanting to make movies for the longest. And so with the control thing, going out to Hollywood, unless you got your own money like Tyler Perry did, it's hard to get control of your projects. They always want to put somebody else on it and push you out the way. And I'm not that kind of personality where you're gonna push me out the way. But I never had the money to begin with, to go ahead and do those things. And so the book Control was about how much individuals who put stuff together, we like to be in control because that's the only way you can guarantee that it's going to happen the way you want it to happen. And so I said, you know what? That's the book I want to write, a book on control. And so I have a psychologist. She has 6 clients, all in Atlanta, who are trying to do things who have control issues. And that's normal. When you're successful, you try to control how you had the success the first time. And so you don't really want nobody bothering you or messing with your, the way you put stuff together. Kanye West is a perfect example of that because he's had so much success. He wants to control everything he does. But that's normal for any person that has a lot of success. Oprah Winfrey wants control. Tyler Perry wants control. Spike Lee wants control. Anybody that's had success, 50 Cent wants control. So anybody that has success, Ryan Coogler wants control. And so, yeah, that was a topic that I really wanted to touch on. And it's a psychological thriller and a mental health book because when you don't have control, it can really take a toll on your personality and what you're trying to do and what you get accomplished and how you react to people when you don't have that basic element of control. And so that book there, that's the cover design, and that joke is hot and piping, and that's another film idea. It's definitely another film idea. When I wrote it, I was thinking film, and I think I had what's her daggone name? What's Dwayne Wade's wife? Gabrielle Union. She was the one because she's like 50 and she still looks great. You know what I mean? And she's always been some alpha woman in control. If you look at a lot of the roles that she played, she's an alpha woman all the time that wants control of everything. And so I see her playing a psychologist who's interviewing people that all have control issues in Atlanta. So it's definitely a film idea. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna put that up right there. That's the lime green. They got the Brazil colors and they got the red football man because they couldn't use the Eagles or Green Bay colors. It's all green. But yeah, when the Eagles played Green Bay in Brazil, I wanted to be there. I didn't get a chance to go there, but I watched the game and then I created characters that did go to the game. I know Philadelphians, so I know how we are. So it's easy to take them to the game and how they gonna act and they gonna sing the song and hang out and party and all that. Then I had to study Green Bay and what they do in Wisconsin, how they act in Wisconsin with the whole nine. So I studied Wisconsin and had a family coming down from Wisconsin. Of course, you had Green Bay fans there flying down from Wisconsin. And then you had the Brazilians knowing that the Americans are coming for their American football. And so now they're going to open up their barbecue or the dance spots or the sports bars, all that stuff. So the Brazilians were ready for when we came down there. And so those are three angles that I'm picking. I got an Italian from South Philly, and I got another dude, black dude, and his wife that he knows from South Philly. They went to St. John Newman's High School. You know what I mean? I had a cousin that went to St. John Newman in South Philly, and I also went to school with Italians in Central High School. And then I got the Green Bay family, a family of four, a daughter that loves to play flag football, so she's throwing a fall. And that's what they're practicing down in Brazil and all over the world because flag football is an Olympic sport now. And so everybody has to learn how to play flag football for the 2028 Olympics. And so everybody's practicing now, and they were doing that in Brazil. And so she wanted to throw the ball to Brazilian boys who could really play. And then I had the Brazilian family, and they got a 10-year-old boy. The girl is 11 from Green Bay. They got a 10-year-old Brazilian boy. Of course, he can play soccer, but he just learned how to play football and he catches the ball like he's Spider-Man. Just grab it out the air because he learned how to squeeze it. You got to squeeze the ball when it, and so he learned how to squeeze the ball and he catches everything and he has the daggone soccer speed. So when she sees him catching everything, she can't wait to throw the ball to him. And so now you got all these cultures, Green Bay, Brazil, and Philadelphia all coming together in Sao Paulo. And that's what you do when you go to a game overseas or even in the same country, because I'm going to the Dallas game this year. We play Dallas on Thanksgiving. You know that's going to be crazy. So I'm going down to Dallas for a whole week. The rivalry week ended. This is the first time we played Dallas in 12 years because we've been blowing them out on Thanksgiving. So they finally invite us back to a new one, and we're going to see if we blow them out again. Yeah, yeah. Oh, his ratings going to be crazy. The ratings going to be crazy. Yeah, yeah. Fox football is jumping up and down. We got the Eagles and Dallas on Thanksgiving. Yeah, they jumping up and down. So I'm gonna be down there for the whole week. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I play flag football. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 uh-huh. Yeah, 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 yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got that interception against Kansas City on the goal line. That was a big interception. Yeah, but just the injuries took him out last year. You know what I mean? He didn't get a chance. I thought he was kind of light, but you know what I mean? He playing safety, so this year maybe he put on 5, 10 pounds, but he got to stay healthy. So that's the main thing, keeping him on the field. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I thought they was just going to plug Cooper as safety, but they want to slide him up and down, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But if you think about, when I think about Blankenship playing that safety role, he came down in the box a lot. So I'm thinking like, go ahead and do the same thing, because he can tackle, let him come, but let him play back there. So I'm like, well, the way Blankenship played, he was always up at the line of scrimmage tackling somebody, but then he would be in the coverage with the big plays, and Cooper DeJean is more athletic and faster, you know. So I really wanted him just in that safety spot and just let him come down and play strong safety because you know he got the body size and he can tackle. You know, and then Makuba don't have that body size, so I wouldn't want him coming down in the box like that. You know, let him play the cover safety. You know, yeah. Oh, he's big, 6'4". He's a big boy. Yeah, yeah. I think Nnamdi Asamoah was what 6'2", 6'3". But then we found out he couldn't really cover. He was playing a different style of zone defense, but wasn't really covering, and guys wasn't trying him. So then he got over here, and the East Coast was like, "Hey man, we gonna try you here." I remember that, and they gave him some money too. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's good. He's excellent. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. I didn't like losing to Kobe Dean. In fact I didn't like losing them two, Blankenship and Dean. I wanted to figure out now the defensive end coming from Miami. I knew that was going to be tough depending on how much he asked. They tried to keep him. He just asked for a little bit too much. You know. Yeah. Yeah. They tried. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then last year, we had what's that? Nolan Smith was injured a lot, and so they expect him to come back. Yeah, and so we got it because we really didn't see him last year. So this year we got to see him now. Yeah, yeah, it's that third year in it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Stay in the game. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, AJ Brown had a body that allowed him to body guys that Devontae had to jump over top of guys. You know what I mean? So it's different. But now we're going to see how Hurts responds to other receivers that he has to throw the ball to. So it's going to be interesting to see Hurts letting the ball go to other guys because he was the blanket. You know what I mean? Like what do we call it? The blanket guy. You throw it to him, let him use his body. Michael Irvin was like that. That's why we had to get bigger cornerbacks because Michael Irvin would use his 6'2" body and come down and smash dudes. You know what I mean? And so AJ had that body size. Yeah. Well, he had some drops last year. Both of them had some drops in some major games, even including that playoff game. They both had drops in the playoffs. So you can't blame Hurts. All this talk about Hurts, like he put the ball where it's supposed to be, and them dudes didn't come down with it several times. Yeah, Yeah. Yeah. For 11 years. Yeah. 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 So you trying to say how intelligent Hurst is, having to learn all these new coordinator styles every year? Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah. 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 So what's your take on Jalen Hurst? What's your take? Solid? Is that less than stellar? You saying solid? That sounds like a B plus.